All right, so we're going to do point slope form, and the reason we call it point slope form is because you're given a point and a slope. So this information is a given information. Okay, they'll have some type of a problem. They're going to give you a point on the problem. In this case, we have -2, 3. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this as x1 and y1. Then we have a slope that equals 9. And all we're going to do is just fill in the blanks for the y1 number, the m number, and the x1 number. Now notice how there's a minus in the formula. This form is always going to have a minus. So starting here, y minus y1, that's y minus, and then we have the number 3, equals, all right, my m is going to be the 9, so I'm going to put 9 parentheses x. I have a minus sign, but if you notice, I have a -2. So whenever we have a negative and a minus, right, these two things are going to become a plus sign. So then I have y minus 3 equals 9 parentheses x plus 2 close parentheses. So this form is correct, but I want to make it the calculator form, okay? All you have to do to put it in the calculator is y equals is move this number. So this is a -3 because of the minus sign. So this is going to move over here, and it's going to turn opposite. So what is the opposite of a minus number? Minus is going to be plus. And all you're going to do is put it in the back. So let's put it in y equals 9 parentheses x plus 2, close the parentheses, and I have a plus 3. Now this is your calculator. All right, the reason it's a calculator form is because the y by itself. When you have the y by itself, we have the calculator form. From here, we can just pretty much do whatever we want because we can just put in the calculator. So let's try another one. Let's say, what do we have? The point 8, comma, -1, and then we have the slope of -3. Okay, so remember, we're just filling in the blanks. You're always going to have a y minus, so y minus is always there. All right, and then you have the equal sign, then you have the slope number, parentheses x minus. All right, so let's fill in our blanks. Y minus y1. So remember, the points are always going to be in x1, y1 format. x1 is +8, y1 is -1, -1, sorry. So y minus -1 equals, and then my slope here is -3. I should have left more space, that's my fault. X minus, and then this is a +8, right? So the only one that has to change is this one right here. That's going to be a y plus 1 equals -3 parentheses x minus 8. That stays the same because it is just a -8. All right, point slope form correct. To put it in calculator form, you have to move that number. Now, what is the opposite of a +1? All right, the opposite is -1. And you just put it in the back. So let's put it in calculator form. Y equals -3 parentheses x minus 8 parentheses -1. Check. We have our calculator form. So we'll put calc for short. All right. Now let's try one last one just so y'all can get used to it. Parentheses, -9, 0. And then the slope is going to be -7 divided by 4. All right. So now don't worry about the fraction, guys. It's just a number. So let's do it. Let's label this x1, y1, y minus y1. Now this is a 0. All right, we'll take care of that in a little bit. Equals, and then my slope number, the m, is -7 divided by 4, parentheses x minus, and this is a -9. All right, so let's clean this up a little bit. All right, so we want to clean this up, make it a plus. But over here, look, a 0 doesn't mean anything, guys. A 0 is nothing. So -0 or +0 doesn't matter. That's already by itself. Why? All right, the y is already by itself because a plus or a -0 doesn't exist. -7 divided by 4, parentheses, and this is going to be x plus, because you have a minus and a negative, 9. And the y is already by itself. This only happens when it's a 0, so this is actually the calculator form already. All right, sometimes it just disappears. All right, so just go ahead and do your stuff in Schoology. You should be good.